the US government, we just got done talking about how Trump and and his administration, or yes, may be making Bitcoin a reserve currency or a strategic asset if he gets reelected. And how the U.S. government, the Department of Justice, holds an enormous amount of Bitcoin, 200,000 plus Bitcoin. So we just got done talking about that. Yet the Department of Justice seems to be selling off little amounts of Bitcoin at a time. So 4 million was just moved to Coinbase. Most likely that is to be sold, right? But why now? Why 4 million? Do they really need 4 million? What is it going to do exactly? No one knows. Okay, but they are selling it. And they have 14.6 billion. So they have approximately 213,000 Bitcoin, worth about 14.17 billion. But they also have 50,000 ETH, 176 million, and they have 121 million in USDT. See, why did they need to sell off any Bitcoin at all? They have 121 million ETH. I mean, USDT. They have a stable coin. If they needed a 5 million, or what was it, 5 million? 4 million. They could just take it out of USDT. So that doesn't even quite make a whole lot of sense. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. It's really strange. They have USDT. Maybe they don't even realize they have USDT. Maybe they just think they have Bitcoin. They don't have anything else. Maybe that's the reason. They have 100. They have 122 million. Why do they need to sell out $4 million worth of Bitcoin? That makes no sense whatsoever. Anyways, I can't explain that. We will see. We will see what happens. Marathon Digital, they're one of the biggest Bitcoin miners out there. They're going to be investing 100 million of their money, okay, to Bitcoin. It makes a lot of sense. They keep mining Bitcoin, but part of the strategy is to retain all mined Bitcoin and to purchase more too. So obviously, they realize that they need to be more aggressive with their Bitcoin strategy because so many are just buying up and the ETFs are. They're not going to stop. They're never going to stop. So someone like Marathon, they're in the perfect position to acquire more. First, because they're mining more, and second of all, they have a lot of reserves that they could use to go buy more Bitcoin, right? So this is fantastic, but of course, it's not just them. We know everyone is doing it. Semler Scientific now, they're going to raise $150 million to buy Bitcoin. Think about it, 150 million. They already bought 58 million, not too much, but after this raise, they're going to have over $200 million worth of Bitcoin. Have you guys noticed? A lot of companies are starting to do this. MetaPlanet, of course, started MicroStrategy, started the whole thing, and now every single company out there is wondering if they not only should buy Bitcoin, but have a Bitcoin strategy where they're raising money to go buy Bitcoin. This is all happening around the same time. This is not a coincidence, right? So these are fantastic news that we're hearing more and more about every single day. And pension funds, New Jersey mayor plans on investing in Bitcoin ETFs for a city pension fund. They're not the first, too. They're not the first. We're starting to see even states invest in Bitcoin. That's how much they believe in it. Okay. I mean, pension funds are supposed to be, right, long term for the employers or employees of the city. So, I mean, obviously, pension funds are supposed to be more conservative with minimal growth, but conservative because you don't want to go hyper growth and screw up anything. And the simple fact that they're willing to invest in Bitcoin now, that is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. And here's the reality. Now we're getting some wild predictions. Wild. Are they really wild? Maybe not. Because so many now understand or get why Bitcoin exists, why the price keeps going higher, and why it could be in the millions when it one day becomes a global currency, a trade currency, a store of value, right? I mean, there are a lot of things in play, and I mean, just look at this. Van Eyck is saying by 2050, which I know is in 26 years, the 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 lowest, the bear scenario for Bitcoin, right, would be at 130,000, which is still higher than now, but of course, no one would want that. The base, meaning just if all things go, Bitcoin will be at 2.9 million, 2.9 in 2050. And in a best case bull scenario, Bitcoin will be at $52 million. $52 million. You can't see that because my camera's up. Let me see if I can remove my camera real quick. $52 million. Uh, so this is why it's important to load up a DCA as much Bitcoin as you can, because even someone like Van Eyck, okay, is saying that Bitcoin is going to be between anywhere from 2.9 million to 52 million, basically. Like I said, look at what the big money, the smart money are doing, not retail. And the big whales are buying. Institutions are buying. 23 billion buying spree in July alone, and this month is not over. Okay. So you could see ooh, big, big spike, okay, from accumulation addresses. These are the ones from the whales, the ones that are buying $25 billion of Bitcoin in a single month. Okay. This is what the big boys do. They buy when other people are fearful. Okay. So that is what we need to pay attention to. And also here, if you look at the circled, the ones that are accumulating heavily are the addresses between 100,000 Bitcoin and also addresses that hold above 10,000 Bitcoin. So yes, these are the whales and the mega whales. Okay. They're the ones that are accumulating. And look at the red. The red is the selling. Who are the people selling, right? People that have less than one Bitcoin, people that have 1 to 10 Bitcoin. Okay, because they're retail. They just don't understand. They get flooded out of the market. We need to look at what the big boys are doing. This is the Bitcoin ETF inflow chart. Okay, yesterday we did have a small inflow, mostly because of one company. Once again, BlackRock, 66 million. Like I said in the past, it does not matter if the market goes up or down. BlackRock just continues to buy and buy and buy and buy. Larry Fink knows what's going on. He's not going to let up on his buying, right? And you could argue maybe Larry Fink is the one behind the manipulation, right? Who knows? Or maybe he truly understands. He's like Sailor now. He truly understands that Bitcoin is the one asset you buy, you never let go because it's the best asset we have.